Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. It's like Saturday. I don't know. It's about 5 o'clock, quarter to five, something like that. And I don't know about you, but I'm freezing. I've still got my coat on. I've been out and about today, starting to feel really festive now. Actually, I don't know whether you're starting to feel festive, whether you've started thinking about the Christmas presents in the tree, and whether you celebrate Christmas or not. I'm not sure, but if you're feeling festive, give me the thumbs up. I'm not sure there's many people that are going to be live here this afternoon, but yeah, I wanted to come to you today on day 24 of my 30-day video challenge and to share with you something that I think is an incredibly powerful part of my whole coaching process. It's step 3 of my 9-step process that I use in my total life transformation system, and it's really about determining your values. Hi Laura, welcome. First one on actually. Are you feeling festive? Give me the thumbs up if you're feeling festive. I'm just talking today about values and how you can align with your values. So genuinely, this is something that I had never really thought about prior to starting my coaching. So I started studying coaching a couple of years ago, and when I first went to the day that was talking about my values and my belief systems and how this was going to impact me, I was absolutely blown away. And it was truly because I'd never really thought about what my driving values were before, what the things that were most important to me. And when I'm talking about values, I'm talking about those things, those belief systems, those actions, those behaviours that you truly believe to be true to yourself, the way that you should behave and show up in this world. Hi Mark, welcome. We're just talking about values and the importance of values. And this is something, as I said, before I started my coaching career, I really hadn't thought about all that much. I knew what was important to me and what really kind of made me feel really happy or really unhappy, but I hadn't really thought about it in the way that I made my decisions in this life. And hi Mark, are you feeling festive? That's what I want to know. Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling festive. I hope you are. The bells are chiming outside and it's really cold, hence why I'm sat in my own flat with a coat on and all the candles lit. But anyway, so I went through probably about 10 years of really not recognising what my true values were and living outside of those values that I deemed to be really important to me. And as a result, I found myself often very frustrated with where I was in my life. I felt often that I was at crossroads, that I was somewhere where I didn't imagine my life to be this way. My relationships were feeling strained. I was often feeling anxious and just totally out of balance with the decisions I made in my life. And I think that was really due to the fact that what I hadn't realised was that I had a certain set of values that for whatever reason I was living against those values and I was incongruent to them. I wasn't aligning myself with those values. And that's maybe because they were the values of the industry that were different from my own, the industry that I worked in, from the company that I worked in, or the decisions that I were making that weren't really true to me. So this is a really, really powerful place to try and determine what your true values are. And if you do, and you understand what your true values are and what's really important to you, then you'll be able to improve every area of your life, starting with your relationships, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, the way that you view the world, how happy you feel in your day-to-day life, and really how authentic you feel. So I think it's a really, really important process, and it's something that I don't think a lot of people do unless they maybe come to a coaching session or they start working a lot on their personal development or professional development. So if this is something that you haven't maybe considered and you've been feeling maybe anxious, unfulfilled in your life, your relationships have felt strained, then I'd really encourage you to work through this process. Now, it's not a 5-minute process. I'm going to talk about the basics of how you really determine what your core values are and what is really, really important to you. And then from that, I think you probably need to go back and reflect on it over a couple of days. And once you've determined what your top, say, for example, 10 values are, and if you live in alignment with them every single day, so every decision is made in the best interest of those values, you'll find yourself being much happier, more fulfilled, and living a life that you feel is more authentically you. So here's where I'd start with it. What I would do is I would think about the times in your life and get a massive big piece of paper, take some time out, give yourself an hour to really think about this, you know. Don't try and rush the process. And what I would do is I would ask yourself these few questions and then really think about it, just brainstorm it and say to yourself, what are the times in my life that I was at my absolute happiest? What was I doing? And try and think of some of the values and things that were really important to you in that moment. So, for example, you may say, the most important and the most fun times in my life is when I've been celebrating things, when I've been surrounded by my family, and I've been really grateful for things in my life. So you might find that some of the values you write down are gratitude, family, togetherness, sense of community, perhaps. These are some of the ideas of what you can, the values that you can elicit from that. Hi Rob, welcome. We're just talking about values and the importance of aligning with your values to get a really truly abundant and happy and fulfilling life. So another question you can ask yourself, what was my proudest moment, or what are the things that I've done in my life that I'm most proud of? And this may be, it could be anything. So for example, when you've really succeeded at something, maybe you've set yourself a really hard challenge, like running the London Marathon, or, you know, climbing to the top of Snowdonia, or, you know, whatever it is that you've been most proudest of your life. You've won an award for public speaking, perhaps. And then think about the values and what it is in that instance that's made you the most proud. So for example, it could be the sense of challenge, it could be determination, it might be something like success, that might be really important to you, or challenge, or personal growth. So these are the kinds of things that I'm thinking about. And then you want to look at the other side of the coin and say to yourself, what are the times in my life that I've been most unhappy? Where I've been stressed out, I've felt worried, I felt totally unbalanced, and I felt really, really just not myself. What are those times, and what are the experiences that I had in that time? So it could be, I don't know, maybe you felt that you did something that was outside of your comfort zone. Maybe it was to do with your integrity. Maybe you lied to somebody. Maybe you felt like you weren't truthful in that moment. So again, things that are coming up here are that it might be truth's very important to you, or it might be integrity, or it might be authenticity. So these are some of the values that you might be thinking in those instances. So if you think about those three moments, the most important moments of your life, the happiest moments of your life, the times that you've been at your proudest, and the times that you felt your worst, and then trying to list all the values. Now you might brainstorm, it could be as many as 50 values that you think are important to you. And then what I would do is I would go through all of those values and just say to yourself, are some of these similar? So for example, you might say to yourself, it's really important to me to have good customer service, for someone to be courteous, for good manners, for somebody not to be rude. So all of those things are kind of similar. So what is that one value that sort of sums up all of those values? And for me, for example, it would be respect. So that's more important than being courteous, but it's all in the same. And then you can kind of come up with your top 10 values. And once you've done that, what I would do is I would sleep on it and just look through it the next day. Does it seem right? Does it feel right? Are these things that have driven you forward in your life? For example, is it something that, you know, you believe in love is one of the most important things? Is it health? Is it happiness? Is it integrity? Is it challenge? Is it having fun? You know, what is it that's truly important to you? What are the values that you want to live by for the rest of your life? And then once they're really, really clear, You can use these to form the basis of any decisions you make in your life. You can use them to weigh up situations in your life. For example, if you're in a particular job at the moment that you don't feel fulfilled or happy, or maybe you're feeling that your relationships are particularly strained in this job. Look at your values and see if they're matched or if they're out of alignment. And more often than not, you'll actually find that they're out of alignment with your core values. And that's what's causing the anxiety, the stress, the strain on your life, and stopping you from really living a happy, fulfilling life. So I'd encourage you to take some time, spend as much time as you want on this. If you need any help or advice on this, I've got a really simple exercise that I can email you. Just drop me a private message. Hi Wayne, welcome. And yes, if you find this is useful and you want to do this and take a bit of a stock check in your life and see what you can do to live in more of an alignment with your true values, then do contact me, drop me an email, PM me, and I will drop you a little exercise. It'll take you, as they say, probably up to about an hour to do, then take a couple of days to reflect on it. But this really should give you the confidence to make the decisions in your life that you can choose things that will mean that you can live a happier, more authentic life, and you can live in alignment with your true values. So I hope you found this useful, and you if you've got any questions or comments, please do let me know. Hi Helen, welcome, nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a while, hope you're well. If you're feeling festive, again, give me the thumbs up. I'm going to actually do the rest of my Christmas wrapping. I've got a Thanksgiving and early Christmas party tomorrow. So whatever you're doing for the rest of the weekend, have lots of fun, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening, bye.